Good day, everybody. I hope that you're well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade kindergarten to 2 English lesson on to be and to have. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English language arts. We're doing grade kindergarten to 2. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to our chapter of to be and to have. All right, so our chapter is to be and to have. Our subject is English language arts. We're doing grade kindergarten to 2. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of to be and to have it is to be, use the correct form, and also to have, we're going to use the correct form. All right. And this is a continuation of our previous lesson on to be and to have. So now we're just going to continue with the lesson on to be and to have. All right. So when it comes to be and to have, right? And us using the regular form of to be and the regular form of to have, then the verb is irregular, right? Meaning that we're not just saying add ed, add whatever in order to show that the verb is regular. So the verb is irregular when it comes to be and to have, meaning that it does not follow any rules that most of the verbs follow. And when it comes to the irregular verbs, right, when it comes to be and to have, like we said, there's no rules that you're gonna have to follow, like most of the verbs. So you're just gonna have to remember the forms. Without to be and to that to have let's say irregular verbs, we have the subject, which is either the person or the thing that's doing the action, and then we have our present tense verb and we have our past tense verb. And we're going to look at how we can use either the past tense or the present tense form of the verb with our specific subject. So if we look at, let's say, for example, you want to say, I do something, right? Or you want to maybe say, you want to say your age, for example. And then you can say, I, like now in the present, we say, I. Like, for example, you want to say your age, now you say, I am, which is now. I am maybe 7 years old or I am 8 years old, depending. So in the present, we will say I am. Like, for example, I am 10 years old. Or I am going to the shop. I am eating. I am drinking. I am playing my game. But now, if you want to show the past tense form with the subject of of I, right? Something that you're doing, then you say, I was. It was my birthday today. It's my birthday today. I am 11. Yesterday, I was 10. Or you can say, I was eating before the lesson started. Or I was dancing to the song yesterday. Or I was at the mall this afternoon, right? So now when we use the subject I, in the present tense, we say I am, and in the past tense, I was. Something that you did already. Yes, so like now you say, I am 11. Well done. Now, if we're referring to either he or referring to she or referring to it that is doing something, then you say, he is maybe 11. She is 11. It is maybe your dog 5. But in the past tense, if you want to show that the like he, she, or it did something, then you can maybe say he was laughing to the joke. She was playing with her dolls. It was eating a bone, right? So now we use the words he, she, and it with the present tense form of the verb is and the past tense was. All right. If we refer to more than one person, like for example, if we, for example, say you or we or they, then we can say you, we, or they are, because it's more than one person. If we say ye, she, or it, then we say it is because it refers to one person. Is in the present tense, one person was in the past tense. But if we're referring to more than one person that's doing something, then we say more than one person, which is you or we or they, are in the present tense, but in the past tense, were. You see, were in the past tense. Right? And this is basically our verbs to be, which is irregular, right? Whether it's irregular in the present tense or it's irregular in the past tense, but they show that they are irregular. And you need to know when, for example, or how to use was or were or is and are, especially if you're referring to either one person or more than one person. Now, we also have a verb that is irregular in the past tense, right? And now this is now our verb to have, right? Not to be, but to have. It's where we either use have or had. I have something now, or I had something in the past, or has something now, or had something in the past. So if we refer to one person, right? One person that have something or one person that owns something, then we can say he or she or it has something. But if we want to say that they in the past, right, they owned something in the past, then we can say they had. It's like saying he has a PS5. Last year he had a PS4, for example. She has an iPhone 14, 13. Last year, she had, in the past, she had an iPhone 10, for example, right? And then if we refer to more than one person, including I, then you can say, I have the latest Nintendo. You have the latest something. We have, they have. But in the past, you can say, I had, you had, we had, or they had, right? And this is basically our irregular verbs. It shows that the verb is irregular. And you're just going to have to remember the form of the verb. All right. So now we're going to a plus students.ca, and we're going to say to be, we're going to use the correct form, and to have, we're going to use the correct form. All right. So now, once again, we said that the verb is irregular and does not follow any rules. You're just going to have to remember the form, right? And we said that if we use the word I, then we say I am in the present tense, or I was in the past tense. And if we use the word he, she, or it, which refers to one person or thing, then in the present tense, he, she, or it is, because it's in the present. But in the past, was. And if we refer to more than one person, you know, doing something in the past, then we say are in the present and were in the past. Yes, so he or she is. Well done. All right. So now if we go to, we're going to do like three activities, and then we're going to our test, right? We need to choose the correct. I'm going to leave this little box open so that you can look at it, right? So we're going to complete the sentence with the correct present tense form of to be. Here's the present tense form of to be. So now we say he. Do we say he am? Do we say he is, or do we say he are on the roof fixing the chimney? We need to choose the correct form. Is it he am on the roof fixing the chimney? He is on the roof fixing the chimney, or he are on the roof fixing the chimney? So we need to choose the correct option. Do we say he is, he am, or he are? Which one is correct? And if we were to choose the correct option, then we will say he is. He is on the roof fixing the chimney. So is our correct form. We need to choose the correct past tense form of to be. The past tense form that happened already. It says they. Do we say they was? on the ground looking for worms, or do we say they were on the ground looking for worms? They refer to more than one person. So they was or they were. They was or they were. Which one is correct? We need to choose the correct option. Yes, well done. And if we were to choose the correct option, right, which refers to more than one person, then yes, we can say they were. Well done. They were on the ground looking for worms. Well done. All right, so were is correct. Well done. All right, then look at the last one, and then we're going on to our test. It says we. We need to find the correct past tense form. The past tense form. We. Do we say we was, or do we say we were in the library with Mrs. Shaw? We was or we were? Which one is correct? We was or we were? Mm-mm. All right, and if we were to choose the correct option, then we will say we were, because it refers to more than one person that did something in the past. Well done. So we were is correct. All right, so now we're going on to our test. We're going to use to be, and we're going to use the correct form of to be. We need to complete the sentence with the correct past tense form of to be. They, do we say they was busy on Saturday night, or do we say they were busy on Saturday night? So they was option one, busy on Saturday night, or they were more than one person. So option one was, or option two were. They. All right. And if we were to choose the correct option, then yes, we will say they were busy on Saturday night. Well done. Were is correct. All right, the next one says we need to choose the correct present tense form. The present tense now. He, which refers to one person. Do we say he is on the roof fixing the chimney or he are on the roof fixing the chimney? Option one or option two? Which one is correct? He is or he were? So he is or he were? He is or he are on the roof fixing the chimney. Option one is or option two are. Which one is correct? All right, and if we were to choose the correct option, and then we would say he, which refers to one person, is on the roof fixing the chimney. So is the incorrect. You, we need to choose the past tense form of to be. Do we say you were the best one in the play? Or do we say you was the best one in the play? Which one is correct? You was or you were? So were you were the best one in the play, or do you say you was the best one in the play? Which one is correct? And if we were to choose the correct option, then we will say you were the best one in the play. So were option one is correct. Well done. The next one says I. Do we say I is excited about the art show? This is the present tense form. Or do we say I am excited about the art show? I is or I are? I is or I am excited about the art show. And if we were to choose the correct option, we will say I am. Well done. Option two. I am excited about the art show. Well done. All right, let's do the last one. It says we refers to more than one person. Do we say we am so happy for you? Or do we say we are so happy for you? The present tense form. We am so happy for you, or we are so happy for you. And if we were to choose the correct option, then yes, we can say we are so happy for you. Well done. Or option two is correct. So that is basically our um answers on to be or to have to be, right? We were to use the correct forms, and we said that we use, for example, our subject needs to agree with our present as well as our past tense of our to be form of that irregular verb, right? Now we're going on to have, and we're going to use the correct forms. Our subject I, you, we, they in the present tense have, in the past tense had. Then one person or thing has something now, and in the past tense they had something, right? So let's look at our activity, and then we're going to our test. It says I. Do I say I have? This is not the present tense form. Do I say I have or I had a very messy room? I have or I had a very messy room. So do we say I have a very messy room or I had a very messy room? This is the present tense form of to have. And if we were to choose the correct option, then we can say I have, which is in the present tense, a messy room. Well done. Yes, have is correct. Right? Let's look at the last one. It says he. Do we say he, which is in the present tense, do we say he have a big bowl of soup, or do we say he has a big bowl of soup? He have a big bowl of soup, or do we say he have a big bowl of soup? Which one is correct? He have or he has a big bowl of soup. And if we were to choose the correct option, then we can say he has in the present tense. He has a big bowl of soup. Has. Remember, has. That is why I'm showing you these ones. So he has, which is in the present tense, right? All right, so now we're going on to our test where we're going to use the word, we're going to use to have, and we're going to use the correct form, whether it's in the present tense form or in the past tense form. So we need to complete the sentence with the correct present tense form of to have. Present tense form. We says we say we do we say we have the same kind of notebook, or do we say we had the same kind of notebook? This is in the present tense. So we have option one, or we had option two, the same kind of notebook. All right, and if we were to choose the correct option, we'll say we have the same kind of notebook. Well done. Option one is correct. We now need to choose the correct past tense form. Past tense. Do we say she had a nap after lunch, or she have a nap after lunch? So she had or she have a nap after lunch. This is the past tense form. All right, and if we choose the correct past tense form, then we say she had. Well done. Option one is correct. She had a nap after lunch. Had. The next one says we need to use the correct past tense form. He have an orange and an egg for breakfast, or he had an orange and an egg for breakfast. So option one or option two. He have an orange and egg for breakfast, or he had. We need to show the past tense form. the past tense form. And if we were to choose the correct option, we will say he had, because it's in the past. He had an orange and an egg for breakfast because it's in the past tense. Yeah. All right, the next one says, you. Do we say you had a beautiful voice? This is not in the present tense form. Or you say you have a beautiful voice. Which one is correct? You had or you have a beautiful voice. And if we were to choose the correct option, then we can say you in the present tense, you have a beautiful voice because it's now, right? You have something now. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on to be and to have. And we said to be, we can use the correct forms. And we said that with to be and to have, our subjects needs to agree with either the present tense form of the verb, irregular verb, or the past tense form of the irregular verb. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining, and I really hope that you're going to have a good weekend further. So, till next time, goodbye.